Tokyo, Japan. The food culture here is incredible and we are so excited to film a huge food series here. Let's get food hunting.
Tokyo. If you love to eat, that word alone is enough to get you excited. In this video, we're taking you to where the locals eat, a soba institution that's been serving its noodles for over 130 years, street food snacks, and unique Japanese hot dogs and burgers like you've never seen them before. Get ready for some mouth-watering food.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate.
We hope you're hungry. Let's eat.
We're so excited for our day of food hunting in Tokyo today. Our first stop is a famous restaurant called Kanda Matsuya, and they're really well known for their soba, which are buckwheat noodles. And the restaurant has been in business for over 130 years. So the building is right behind me. It is so spectacular. It's built in the traditional style, and it's so Tokyo that it's smack bang between two really modern apartment blocks. Let's go and eat. Soba toro. Soba toro. Medium. I'm so excited to be eating this soba. This restaurant is very famous. The place is packed with locals and our soba has arrived. I have ordered the zaru soba. So soba are these buckwheat noodles. They're presented in a really beautiful lacquer box and they're cold. And then they've been sprinkled with sheets of nori or seaweed. And then it comes with this dipping sauce, which is made up of soy and mirin, which is a sweet cooking wine. And then we've also got some condiments, so some really finely sliced spring onion and then some wasabi. So what you do is you grab a strand of the soba. Whoa, look at that. Alright, so just enough that you can put in your mouth in one go. And then you grab the dipping sauce and dip the soba into the sauce. Whoa. I just can't get over how something's so simple and just tastes so vibrant. There is so much flavor in those noodles. They're really nutty. And then that seaweed just gives it a little bit of crunch in that mouthful. And then them being cold is really refreshing. The soy dipping sauce has just got the perfect amount of saltiness. This is amazing. I think I'm going to grab some wasabi for my next bite. So I'll grab a tiny dab of that, some noodles. Alright, dip it in that sauce. Adding that wasabi was awesome. I got that really pungent hit in my nose, gave it a bit of spice. These noodles are incredible, so simple.
I've ordered the Tororo soba, so this is a cold buckwheat soba, the same as Sheena had, but the sauce that it comes with, the dipping sauce, is a yam-based sauce. And you can see it's really frothy looking and has some seaweed, some powdered seaweed on top there. So give these a dip. Wow, look at that, this really thick, the sauce, really thick. Wow. Wow, it's so delicate. So the noodle, it's a cold noodle and it's not room temperature, it's actually cold, so it's got a sort of a fridge temperature to it. The dipping sauce, that had a really strong taste of the seaweed because of that powder on top. I got a lot of that powder and then a little bit of sort of earthiness from the yam. I'm going to grab some more though because I didn't get enough of the actual sauce. So it's very thick. See, the noodles just kind of sit on top of it. So you're going to actually dunk them right in there. Oh, coated. Okay, Wow, that was absolutely incredible. So I didn't get as much of that seaweed powder that time because it wasn't coating it like the first mouthful, and it's got a beautiful earthiness, a real nuttiness like Sheena mentioned, and the noodles are just the most perfect texture. Let's get some more noodles into the sauce, and I love the texture of it. Look how thick it is. It just absolutely coats those noodles, and it's almost a little bit stretchy, like there's some starch in the yams. The yams are root vegetables, so I imagine there probably is a little bit of starch in there. Oh, like it's not even falling off. It is so delicate. It's ridiculously delicate, but it's so packed with flavour. It is a little bit salty, it's a bit sweet, it's got the texture of that slightly sort of sticky, gluggy sauce. The noodles have the perfect amount of little bite on them, a little bit of chew. It's unreal how good something this delicate can be.
On the table is a teapot of the water that the soba was cooked in. So what you do is you take the teapot and then you pour some of that soba, it's called, into the rest of your dipping sauce, and then you can sip it as a soup. It's just so good. It's very savoury. It's a little bit sweet from that mirin. This is just such an incredible meal. It's so simple and it's so fresh. Adding that spring onion into each bite as well really just added another layer of vibrancy to the soba. It's been incredible. That was such a special experience. I'm so glad that we made the time to go and eat that soba. The atmosphere was just beautiful and those noodles were top notch.
We've come to Ameyoko Street Market for our next snack, and we hear there's a really good little cutlet here. This is a really neat little area with lots of little laneways, lots of food stalls. Let's go and find this cutlet. We grabbed a menchi katsu, the little cutlet, and we couldn't pass up a couple of cold beers to go with this one. It's quite hot here today in Tokyo. Look how golden this thing looks. So it's a minced beef and onion cutlet, and little deep fried snacks like this are pretty common here in Japan, and this one is meant to be very, very good. I'm just gonna bite straight in. Wow. That is really good. This crumbed outside is really crispy. Not too oily, but it definitely is holding a bit of oil. And then the mince mixture is really loose. A really fine mince, but quite loosely packed, but with quite big, sweet bits of onions that are still quite sweet when you bite into them. It's very tasty. Let's grab a sip of cold Sapporo. That is a good combo. I need some more of this cutlet. Really nice and peppery too. It's like sweet from the onion, and then it's got a great pepperiness. Really good crunch from the batter on the outside of the crumb. Really tasty. It's the perfect snack. Absolute perfect. And super cool that you can get a cold beer, stand right on the street here in the market, right in the lanes. Beer, snack, before you head off to your next stop. That was a really good snack. You might have noticed it was very expensive on the screen. We always put the prices, and that's because it was really top grade beef, and it really tasted like top grade beef. It was nice and pink, super tasty.
We've come to a different part of town to hunt down a burger and hot dog restaurant. Now, we love a good burger and we love a good hot dog, but these burgers and hot dogs are really unique. They're Japanese style, so think eel hot dogs and fish burgers with tofu sauce. I can't wait to eat. Let's go and order. Kobuzime fish burger, katsu top, and the boiled conger tempura dog, katsu. 700円とレシートのお返しです。 This restaurant is named Deli Fuchsias or Deli Fuchsias. I'm not quite sure of the exact pronunciation, but the chef wanted his restaurant to be called a combination of the two words fucking and delicious. So fucking delicious food. And it also says on the card here, burgers by a sushi chef, and that's because the chef owner is a former experienced sushi chef, and every morning he goes to Tsukemono to source the fish for his burgers and hot dogs. We grabbed takeout and we're going to take it to a nearby park because the restaurant was playing really great music, but it was really recognizable music and we didn't want to get a copyright strike by YouTube. Let's rip into this parcel. Okay, so we ordered a fish burger and then also a boiled conger eel tempura dog. I'm going to rip into the fish burger first. So it's just wrapped in some paper. It's quite a hefty parcel. Alright. Oh, the smells coming from this thing are amazing. Oh, and it's nice and hot. Oh, look at that. This burger looks amazing and I'm so excited to try it because the preparation of the burger and the ingredients of the burger are both really Japanese. So let's start with what it's made up of. So you've got this bun and it's been branded with the logo of the restaurant, and then underneath the bun you've got some microgreens in there and then some really thinly sliced lotus root, and then that white sauce on top of that fish fillet is a tofu sauce, and then you've got that really thick piece of breaded and deep fried fish, and then underneath that you've got like a Japanese slaw, so really finely shredded cabbage, and I think there's some tsukemono or some pickles in there as well. I just gotta get in and eat it. Mmm. Whoa, it's all over my face. Holy moly. Check out that fish. Look how big that piece of fish is. That is crazy. And it's so flavoursome. This thing is delicious. The bun is really soft. Then you've got that really sort of almost sticky, slightly gluggy tofu sauce. And then you crunch into that piece of fish. The breadcrumb is really, really crunchy. The fish is really tender and soft. And then you've got that slight crunch from the shredded cabbage, the slaw. It's got a little bit of tanginess, I think because it has got the tsukemono or the pickles in it. Alright, let's go again. I'm going to get this corner bit because the fish is really thick and juicy looking there. Oh, man. It is so good. The fish is very meaty, but still very juicy. So I read that before they cook the fish is stored between layers of kelp, and that means that the kelp then draws moisture out of the fish, and then also the fish becomes flavored with a bit of that seaweed flavor, and you can really taste that in the fish. It's really juicy, really flavorsome, and like the texture of the burger is amazing. You've got the crunch, you've got the softness of the bun, and then just that juicy meaty fish. The tofu sauce doesn't really taste like much, but it adds just another level of moistness to the burger. It is amazing and so unique. It's unlike anything I've ever eaten.
I've unwrapped this anago hot dog or conger eel hot dog. Here is this beautiful bit of eel which has a tempura batter on it and has been deep fried. It's got some very, very finely julienned cucumbers, fresh cucumber. Looks like there might be some lemon rind or some sort of citrus rind on there. The eel is covered in a sauce. It's a brown sauce, and this is a sauce I think that they use for the eel. So I think it's the same sauce you'll get when you order eel on rice in a restaurant. And it's made with the broth of the eel and some sugar and some soy. And then this bun was toasted in the same way as Sheena's. So it had the liquid sort of basted on a thick, sticky looking liquid. And when that went on the charcoal grill, it flared up. So it must be a sweet liquid because it really caught and flared up a beautiful big flame. Oh, and the hot dog came with this little fish of liquid, which I think is a soy and mirin liquid, and that was to just go onto the eel. So let's squeeze some of that on the eel. Oh, and I can see some mayonnaise in there as well. Oh my god. I love eel. This is incredible. My first thought on biting into that, it's not like takeaway food. It's not like a hot dog. It's like proper food, if you know what I mean. It doesn't feel like a rushed, I'm covered in this. It is so good. I'm glad I'm covered in it. It doesn't feel like a rushed, thrown together quick bite. It feels like a delicious bite. That eel is super soft. The batter has a wee crunch on it, and then the cucumber just adds a real pop, a real crunch of freshness. Oh, that is so good. I need some more of this eel. Oh my god. It is so good. It is so well cooked. I love the texture of eel. So it's quite a soft meat. Kind of almost squishy, I'd call it. And that's how it should be. And this is exactly how it is. It's just the most perfect texture. Has a slight fishy sort of seafood taste, a little bit salty, sort of sea salty. So this is a conger eel. Conger eel is from the ocean. So this is a saltwater eel. And it's incredible. And that sauce on it and on the bun is a bit sweet. So it adds a real sweetness overall to the dish. This is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I love the way it looks. I love the way it tastes. It is so damn good.
Wow, that was so incredible. It was such a memorable meal.
It was so good, and a great way to finish the day. Having started the day with that very, very traditional meal in that incredibly old restaurant, and then going to the other end of the scale with the really modern meal, but done in such a Japanese way. The delicate cooking techniques, delicate flavors, unbelievable.
Top notch.
What a day of eating in Tokyo. As always, we're going to have a ton of food videos from our stay here in Tokyo, so don't forget to hit subscribe down below, hit like on this video if you enjoyed it.
And pop a comment down below, let us know what food you liked the look of the most. We always love to hear from you. And if you want to support more Chasing a Plate content, check out our Patreon page. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Mata ne!
Mata ne!